stole my line. You know, Grant, there are some days where I regret starting an outdoor podcast. Today is not one of those days.
Today is like the opposite. This is where I'm so happy we're doing an outdoor podcast.
100%.
The weather's great.
It's true.
It's fall.
100%.
You can feel it. A little bit of Christmas in the air. The fire
is immaculate.
Is working. Sorry about the last 2 episodes, guys. That fire was just not it. Some days it's an off day.
Some days it rains for 3 days before we film. It's like, what do you want us to do?
Or it doesn't rain all day, and we're like, oh, it's perfect. And then it rains for 30 minutes straight right before you film.
Yep.
So if you're ever thinking about starting an outdoor podcast,
would we recommend it?
Don't.
I don't think we would.
We're glad we're doing it though, and we love you all, and we're glad to be back. So
also, we hit 100 subscribers after last recording session.
Guys, thank you.
Thank you so much.
This is actually kind of cool, and I know that's like kind of corny.
It is kind of corny, but I'm willing to be corny in this moment.
It's cool that there's even, I think it's 109 right now.
109 of you.
There's 109 people that like our content enough to keep coming back. It's a pretty sick thing.
Yeah, thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed and you stumbled across us, you should subscribe.
If you think you're subscribed, you're probably not.
Just look, is it red?
Is it? Yeah, it's a simple, it doesn't do anything. You're not paying for us. Like, it just helps us. It honestly does. If you're listening to us on podcasts and you don't follow us, just hit that button. Maybe even leave a review if you're really feeling generous. 5 stars. We're begging. Please.
we are on our knees.
Please. It does help us, though. We'd love to keep doing this. Maybe, again, one day, think about breaking even. So, anyway, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about Dead Poet Society, which is a phenomenal movie.
Directed by Peter Weir. Good director. Slept on director, I'd say.
He did Truman Show. What else did he do, though?
He does some good stuff. Not a ton of, like... Truman Show and Dead Poets are pretty well known. I feel like a lot of his other stuff isn't as mainstream, but he's really solid. Doing some behind the scenes watching.
You've done some digging on this movie.
I've done a little bit. I wish I could have gotten through more behind the scenes. I had some time, and then yesterday I was kind of cooked. So
yeah.
But I watched some of it, and literally all of the actors loved working with Peter Weir.
Oh.
Like they loved this dude. The way that they were talking about him kind of reminded me of how the characters saw Professor Keating in the movie.
Oh, really? That's so interesting.
It was interesting, but they loved working with Peter Weir. He's a really good director, and he, like, this is cool. He took, like, all the kid actors and stuff. They were all, like, 18-ish range. And for 2 weeks, they just rehearsed on location, I think. And they would only listen to 50s music. Like, they got their 50s haircuts. Like, they were super... They basically lived in the time period, and they did a bunch of research on what movies were popular, like, you know, all of this stuff. And so they basically went to school together for 2 weeks before they started filming, so they all kind of felt like school friends already.
That's so sick.
It was really, really interesting to watch some of the behind the scenes on it. Definitely would recommend if you're into this movie. It's pretty cool what they talk about. But I digress. Drew, is this my pick, or I think this is my pick?
Yeah, because I picked Wild Robot.
But we talked about this a while back, and you were like, "Dude, this movie's so good." I
love this movie.
I want to hear your thoughts on it.
I mean, I think this and Good Will Hunting feel very similar. Mm-hmm. Not just because of Robin Williams. I think there's like the positive yet kind of like melancholic vibe about the whole thing.
Yeah.
This one's a whole lot more.
This one
melancholic.
Yeah, when we get into spoilers, holy moly.
This one at the end hits you with a left hook. But
yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think these characters are so relatable.
Yes.
And I think specifically to me, just because, like...
No, I have something to say on that. Keep going.
No, I think, like, I always struggled in school, and it was like, I just kind of wanted to be creative.
Yeah. And
not do school. And that's kind of the thesis of the movie.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot more themes and like thematic elements, but this movie is just very relatable to my personal life, and like Mr. Keating is just like the perfect teacher in my mind.
Yes.
And freaking Robin Williams is so good at what he does that he's so fun to watch, but also like
this is kind of a reserved performance
it
from
is.
him. Like he doesn't do all of, like, he does his little, like, you can tell
Voices
he's ad-libbing
stuff.
and voices
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff, but compared to some of his other movies, like, this is very reserved. And he did this before he did Good Will Hunting. So
That's true.
it might have been one of his, I don't, this might be a bad take. It might be one of his earlier kind of forays into doing a little bit more serious film.
Yeah.
'Cause he was known as a comic worker before.
That's true.
So, I don't know. Some of our listeners might know this if you're friends of us, but Drew and I actually went to a relatively similar school to the school in this movie. Now, not
True.
we didn't get spanked.
We did not get spanked.
Slight
That's true.
spoiler in the movie, but we did kind of go to a similar school. And every time I watch this movie, I get kind of nostalgia, kind of flashbacks to our growing up school experience.
We
I
were
don't know
also
if you feel the same
both
way.
in Midsummer Night's Dream together.
Yes, that's actually true. We were both Lysander and Demetrius. Like,
No, I was Bottom.
oh wait, right.
You were
I'm
Lysander,
sorry.
though.
No, but we did another performance where you were Demetrius, right?
We did. Oh yeah, we did.
Sorry, I'm not crazy. We did another. We did
Oh
like
my
a
gosh.
rerun of it at one point, and he
We
was
did.
Demetrius.
Yeah,
I wasn't
that's
making
true.
that part up.
No, we did do that.
Yeah,
and I
you were-
completely botched the line too on
Oh
stage
yeah,
when
you
I was
did.
Demetrius.
You were, and you can't make up Shakespeare. By the way, it is like so because Shakespeare is very specific.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I will say I improvised that in that moment and just something.
It was
ran out of my
relatively
mouth. And
believable.
It's one of my finer improvs. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is so funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of nostalgia in this movie. I mean, some of the uniforms they wear, I'm like, I wore that
Literally us.
in
yeah,
high
yeah,
school. But yeah, so a lot of nostalgia, I think, in this movie. But I want to hear more of your likes. I think this movie is so well made. I think cinematography is great. But do you have any negatives potentially either?
Honestly, no.
Wow, it's awesome.
I mean, I gave it 5 stars.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah,
So it's like, I really don't.
yeah.
Do you?
No, I don't. And I thought about this. I'm like, I'm trying to think of something I dislike about this movie. And obviously, it's depressing. Like, there's a point in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a happy ending.
I watched this movie in 2 chunks.
So did I.
Not that I meant to. I just ran out of time when I started watching it. And also, I got to a certain point in the movie. I'm like, if I continue watching, I'm going to be so sad.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like being sad that afternoon. So, fair warning, if you're wanting to watch this movie, it will probably make you sad. And if you aren't sad, are you a robot?
Are you human?
Are you emotionless? We'd love to talk to you and get you connected with a therapist or counselor.
His dad's a counselor. We know
I
a
can
guy.
get you connected to somebody. No, but yeah, I think I was thinking about the best performance in the movie, and it's Robin Williams, hands down.
100%.
But I think the conglomerate of all of the kids, like them together and their dynamic, is so strong.
It is so
Like,
good.
Not one of them by themselves can barely hold a candle to Robin Williams. I think they're great. Like they do a great
Right,
job.
I agree.
But they're not Robin Williams. But all of them together and their dynamic and how they interact with each other. Looking back on that, I'm very, very impressed with how real and believable it feels.
For sure.
And I think the other thing is too, we all kind of had a teacher like Mr. Keating. I don't know if you feel that way, but I feel like a lot of people had like one really good teacher. And everybody looks back on that teacher and been like, man, that teacher was really, really great.
No, I can think of one.
Yeah, I can think of one or two too, but
I kind of want you to say it. We can bleep it out.
no, I'll just say Mr.
Okay.
Nelson was goated.
Oh, Nelson was good, wasn't he?
Yeah, Nelson and Gentry were both
Yeah.
top tier for me.
Miss
but-
Vanderbrake.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I can't. Oh my gosh.
So good.
These people, Dr. Vanderbrake, shout
Dr.
out.
Vanderbrake. She doesn't watch this podcast.
She does not. She needs to. She showed us Rashomon.
Yeah.
When I was in I had to be 9th grade. Crazy pool. Rashomon.
She was a great. She reminds me a lot of just her teaching style, and it felt like she cared more about our development than getting the lesson plan done,
Yes.
which is very Mr. Keating, right?
Yes.
So it's like that is very
And
parallel.
there are certain teachers that you feel like you're kind of friends with.
right.
And it's not every teacher. Like,
Oh yeah, no.
those teachers are so few and far between that you almost have a nostalgia. You kind of wish you were back in class with some of those
Yeah.
teachers that you really, really enjoyed, I'd like to rip the spoiler Band-Aid off,
Let's
if that's
do it.
okay, because
Rip it off.
spoiler warning, if you haven't seen Dead Poet Society, please actually go watch it. It's incredible. We cannot recommend it enough. Probably not a family movie.
That's interesting.
If you have younger
yeah,
kids,
I mean,
the themes are heavy.
it is PG, but it is just a very heavy movie.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah, anyway, go watch it. We love this movie. Drew,
Grant.
I want to talk to you. What do you think the theme of this movie is? Because I have some thoughts on this, and I'll get into a conversation later, because I did a little bit of reading and commentary, like read some commentaries on this movie and what other people think of this movie. But I want to hear your thoughts on that.
I think there's a lot. I think just kind of the power of creativity.
Yeah.
And just like, I mean, I think Neil's arc is not necessarily the theme, because I think there's a lot, but I think Neil's arc is super impactful to me, because it's like, he wants to be creative, he wants to act, his dad doesn't want him to do it, and then he eventually kills himself, right?
Yeah.
When his dad shuts the door completely, at least in his mind.
Yeah. Don't replicate that arc.
Yeah,
not something to aspire to.
It is not glorifying suicide.
No, it's really not.
But I think Keating's whole like Carpe Diem is his phrase.
Yeah.
And I think that is if you boil everything down, it's like seize life and chase what you're passionate and like, and not be ruled by your passions, but like acknowledge them, use discipline. Because I think when you look at like Charlie's character, he's super ruled by his passions in general.
Yeah.
I think Keating gets onto him when he stands up in class and like is like, this is from God.
Yeah, there's balance.
Let women in school, right?
There's balance between wisdom and passion.
Right.
Like,
but I think his whole point is like, acknowledge the passion and what makes you tick and chase it, but use discernment.
Yeah, that's such a good thought. And I think I would completely agree with that. I think there's a lot of, find what you love, and find what you want to do, and use wisdom, but pursue that, and don't just do stuff because people tell you to, which is also where, obviously, Neil's death and all that stuff, like, it's a double-edged sword. Like, it, do what you love, but like, you also have to use wisdom, and you can't let that passion control you either.
Right.
You can't be controlled by this world, but also you can't be controlled by your own desires. So well, I want to have a conversation about this, because this is something that I was reading up on a little bit, and I thought it was worth talking about, because I feel like it's relatively applicable to, in general, film today and how people perceive film. This movie came out in 1989.
It's true.
And it's about, boys coming to maturity and, not conforming to the world. And I was doing some research, and a lot of people were saying that this is a queer movie, and this should be interpreted as, between Neil and Todd, like they're, queer, there's queer subtext, there's, hints at a gay relationship and all this stuff. This is not a conversation about, personal worldviews or politics or anything like that. I'm genuinely curious, do you think that this movie can and should be interpreted in that way? And I want to also preface this by saying, like, everybody is subject to their own interpretation. Like, we're not saying you can't have it, but I wanted to have a conversation, like, what are your thoughts on that aspect of this movie? Because I have never watched that movie through this lens, but I see how people can interpret it that way. So
I don't interpret it that way.
Yeah.
But I think that there is a danger to putting subtext on something that isn't there.
Yeah.
In general. And I don't think this movie is trying to be a gay love story to any degree.
Yeah.
I think this movie is emphasizing the power of creativity and the power of like male friendship.
Yeah.
Which honestly in culture currently has gotten completely destroyed. I mean, people are calling like Merry and Pippin gay and Sam and Frodo. It's like, no. And I think I watched the last scene with when Todd is like crying and upset.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can see how you interpret that scene as like he's mourning someone he had a romantic connection with.
But also, how would you, if your brother did that, like, how would you react?
Exactly.
You know?
It's not, to some degree, it kind of offends me because I'm like, are guys just not supposed to care about their friends?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. This movie is very much about like brotherhood and friendship.
Mm-hmm.
From my perspective, but I think if you look at movies like Love, Simon, or like
Brokeback Mountain or Moonlight.
Mountain or like Moonlight, maybe not Love, Simon, it's kind of a crappy one, but like Moonlight and Brokeback Mountain have quality from a filmmaking perspective,
yes,
and are about gay people.
Yes.
Like, I think the subtext is there because the writer intended it to be there. I think there's a danger of slapping, oh, this is gay because I want it to be, or this is, I mean, this is straight because I want it to be, right? Like, I think we need to interpret art to some degree the way the artist intended it.
Yeah, and I did do some research. There is, the people that wrote and directed this film did not, they never made a statement about any queer subtext in this movie.
Right.
Like, no one has ever come out and said, like, oh yeah, that is something that we intentionally did in this movie. Maybe they did, but they never said anything about it. It was never marketed that way. And honestly, for years, it wasn't talked about that way at all either. I would caution against projection. I agree with you.
Right.
I think there are aspects of this movie that maybe there are some similarities, in not conforming, and there are some similarities maybe to those values, but that I don't think that's something this film is specifically trying to do. And I would caution against projecting your own views onto something in general. Not like that's a blanket statement for wherever you land on politics and worldview and personal opinions. Like, be careful not to do that, because you also, like, you might not be truly understanding a movie like this or enjoying it for what it should be.
Right.
Because I think there's a lot of things this movie is trying to say, and you might be missing the point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I agree with you. I think, I don't know. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it, honestly, because
100%.
It's an interesting discussion, honestly. Like, I had never thought about this film in that way, and I think if you have a differing opinion, we'd love to hear it, comment below and all that stuff. So
we want this podcast to be a conversation between us and y'all, not a dialogue between just us. So.
Even though it's really just a dialogue
even though
between
it is just a
us,
dialogue. But we respond in the comments.
We are very active in our comment section. We love hearing about all the people who go watch Nolan movies in 70mm IMAX, and we don't get to go do that.
Yeah. Shout out to the viewer who lives in New York.
Yeah, it's super jealous of you, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, insane. I don't really have much else. Well, actually, no, wait. I do have one other thing.
Okay.
This is the last thing I'll say, because I know we're losing light here. There are not many fall movies. There's really not.
I was wondering, did you pick this movie because your dad literally asked me? He's like, "Did you pick this movie because it was a fall movie?" I'm like, "I didn't pick it, but I'll go ask Grant."
I had wanted to watch this movie and talk about it with you.
Okay.
This movie is. This is the question I want to ask you: is this one of the greatest fall movies, or should this be considered a fall movie, quote unquote? But before I get to that question, yes, I did pick it because I knew I would prefer to watch it now than to watch it in the spring or something like that. Because this movie fits the same vibe of kind of where we're at right now. My question for you is this movie the greatest fall movie of all time? Is this a really good fall movie? Should you even think of it as a fall movie? The end kind of gets into winter. Like,
it's true.
What do you think?
I can't even think of another quote unquote fall movie.
Knives Out, When Harry Met Sally, You've Got Mail.
You're so much more like aesthetically minded.
I am so aesthetically minded when it comes to this stuff.
I would say this is my favorite. I don't know if it's the best.
Mm-hmm.
I think Knives Out is also up there for sure.
Yeah. Interesting conversation. Maybe at some point we'll do a fall movies series.
Yeah.
I don't know. I definitely agree. This is
the vibes of this movie, and like honestly, you mentioned cinematography, but I think that's kind of slept on. Like there's so many shots that I'm like,
honestly, the end scene where like so many of the shots are. This is gonna sound weird, but like they're kind of through the guy's legs.
Yeah.
But it kind of creates like a spotlight effect. It's really cool and really interesting. Like there's a lot of stuff that they do in this movie. A lot of blocking they do with the camera in some of the scenes when they're in the cave and all this stuff that it's a lot more intricate than like they are not really cutting corners in a lot of ways in this movie. It's really cool. But yeah, I would say that this is top 2 or 3 easy fall movies for me. I'd have to think on if this is like the best one, but I didn't know if you were like, oh yeah, this is the best one. I didn't know if you had an opinion on that. So
I don't really. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I think you watch movies based on season. I don't really do that.
Do you watch movies based
that's
on
a good
season?
question.
Please actually comment below. I'm curious. I want to poll some people. Do you watch movies based on season? I guess like
I think Christmas movies.
Christmas, but that's kind of different.
That is
too.
different.
Yeah, I'd love to hear if you watch movies based on season. Like 4th of July, I feel like I watched Top Gun, and
that is such a 4th of July. Like I can see where you're coming from. Like I
Yeah.
think this is a fall movie, but it's like I would watch this movie in the summer, and like not think anything of it.
It's like watching Die Hard not at Christmas. Like you can do it, but is it right? I don't know. I don't know. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? It will be answered at some point on this podcast.
Should we do Die Hard?
We're doing Die Hard, bro.
Okay, we're doing Die Hard.
We're doing Die Hard.
You want to know something?
Yeah.
I've never seen Die Hard.
We are doing Die Hard. I'm very interested to hear what you think of that movie.
I've seen like half of Die Hard actually, and it was not at Christmas.
I promise you guys on this podcast, we will quantify what is a Christmas movie, like specifics in the movie, what makes a movie a Christmas movie, and then we will answer it for Die Hard. We're just going to solve all the world's problems on this podcast.
That's actually what we're going to do, yeah.
This is starting out as a movie podcast. We're just fixing the world, movie by movie. Maybe we'll jump to politics at some point or something. We're not doing that.
I don't want to jump to politics.
We are not. That was a joke.
Nope.
So this movie we're buying on Blu-ray, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
There's no even
literally no
discussion or
question.
debate. Own this movie. It's actually not the easiest to find on Blu-ray. You can find it. I own it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, he does. I'm surprised you don't have it right now.
It's because it's still on my PS5 at my house.
Oh.
I was halfway through the behind the scenes and I forgot to bring it, so I do own it though. But hey, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for watching.
We don't have much else. Comment below if you have thoughts on our discussion today on Dead Poet Society, or if you even like the movie.
If you don't like the movie, let us know, because that would be an interesting conversation.
Let us know why, so we can prove you wrong. What
are we doing next week?
We are reviewing. This is actually this is a listener's request.
It's true.
A Complete Unknown
with Timothée Chalamet.
I've never seen this movie.
Neither have I.
I like Timothée Chalamet.
I'm actually so excited for Marty Supreme.
Yeah, I
am weirdly excited
we are
about
going
a
to see that
ping-pong
movie. Yeah, we're going to go see that one. Very interested in that one.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, go check that one out this week. It's on Hulu.
It is on Hulu.
So if you have Hulu,
I have a free trial currently.
I will be having a free trial in 2 days. So yeah, go check that one out. We're stoked to talk about that. And then at the end of the month,
we're doing a Lord of the Rings marathon.
We're doing Lord of the Rings
in
marathon.
the fall.
In the fall.
Oh, it's gonna be freaking epic, bro.
I'm watching all the behind the scenes. We're going all
Should we rock up in costume?
Oh my gosh.
Would that be too far?
Probably. Maybe we like smoke pipes.
Okay.
Wait, you're not 21.
I'm not.
Maybe
21.
I'll smoke a pipe on the podcast.
I'm so close to 21.
Oh.
But we were posting it on the internet, aren't we?
Yeah, I'll smoke a pipe. Maybe I'll think about smoking a pipe. This is anyway.
We're digressing.
Bye.
Bye.
Take a break.
Enjoy a film. We will see you Thursday next week.